Hey everybody, it's Harold from Living in the Hill Country. Today we're going to talk about the Ameristep ground blind, the Enforcer. I'm going to show you how I set it up, how I secure it. I'm going to kind of give you a walk around, show you the inside, kind of talk about some tips on how to keep yourself undetected and camouflaged while you're on the inside. And then we're going to take it down and put it away. But stick around, I think you're going to enjoy this. Come on, Turt. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness right here in the hill country of Texas. Okay, so this is the Ameristep ground blind. I'm going to show you how easy it is to put this thing up and secure it. There's a tent stake bag. You want to make sure you move that over to the side. Take it out of the bag, flip it upside down, pull the bag off, move the bag over to the side. To get it out of the bag, you just want to kind of just let it fall. Alright, then you kind of want to go around and position it. Grab one of the sides and you pop it out like that. Okay, go to the other side, pop that out. You just keep doing that until you have all the sides popped out. I'm going to position that with the door over here. So you'll notice at the bottom there is no bottom to these. You want to make sure that when you're setting it up that you have a pretty good clearing underneath. You could even throw down a ground cover if you'd like. So, I'm going to position it with the door over here. Alright, now what you want to do, get the stakes that came with it. They gave you enough stakes to stake around the base of it. They also provided the side support ropes, which comes very handy during hunting season during the high winds to protect the blind. There we go. I'll make sure that those ropes are free. Now you take the stakes. You want to stake down every corner and center of every wall. Just like this. Now I'm not going to push these all the way into the ground because the ground is very dry here and they can be difficult to get out of the ground when it's dry out. So now these cords right here, you bring those out and they don't provide you stakes for those, so I suggest you go out and get some tent stakes, or like I have here, I have some gardening weed cloth staples, or even a good sized nail, and just stick them into the ground, and then you can tighten them by pulling this cord here this direction, and it keeps it taut. Helped me out a lot last year. I was able to set the blind up, and at the beginning of the season I set it up and left it up all season. Came back at the end of the season and everything was still intact. We did have storms of 40 and 50 mile an hour winds, and it was pretty much out in the open. In between two cedars, but pretty much on top of a hillside, and pretty much out in the open. And there was no damage to it at all. It didn't take off on me. So Really happy with that. So that's basically it on that. I'll go ahead and finish getting these staked down, and then we'll give you a walk around, show you the inside, and carry on with the video. Okay? So let's go ahead and we'll give you a walk around here. As different anchor points, those are the stakes, and like I said, I didn't drive them all the way in because the ground is pretty solid and it'd be difficult to get them out. But you have 12 different points of contact to the ground, which includes these sidewall cables or cords, ropes, whatever you want to call them, anchored to the ground. So you can see that. Hunting in there, waterproof, of course. I haven't had a problem with it when it was raining, and it's pretty comfortable. So let's open up the door here and show you what we got inside. So here's the inside, and you'll notice all the flaps on the windows. And those are what they call shoot-through screens. So it has all these grommets up here that secure the windows. And you can pretty much release them with one hand. And then it gives you different views. You have views, 360 views, so you can look all the way around. However, you want to open up these only to the direction that you are wanting to pay attention to, due to silhouette. You want to avoid any type of silhouettes that you might create, where the deer or turkeys or whatever animal you might be hunting will definitely be able to see you. But I want to kind of just show you these screens. These are shoot-through screens, so you don't have to take these down. You can shoot right through them, and it will not hinder your shot with a rifle or even a bow. So I wanted to talk a little bit about camouflage and what is actually really needed as far as camouflaging yourself when you're hunting from one of these blinds. And the honest answer is basically anything dark colors, colors that deer or turkey cannot see. It's very important also to keep your silhouette hidden from the animal that you're hunting. And let me kind of give you an idea. I'm going to go inside here. I'm going to close the door. And then I'm going to drop these two windows here. And I will not have the back windows open. They will be closed. And you can see what you can see there. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll drop the back window and back windows and kind of give you an idea of what they do see when you are silhouetted inside the blind. So hopefully this will work out and you'll kind of get an idea what I'm talking about. So I'm dropping the windows now. So when you position yourself in the blind, you want to make sure that you are as far back from any openings as possible, and you want to have a black background, and you kind of want to have on darker colors. Now I'll move back to the far back wall, and you'll see the difference. So other than the possibility of maybe my hat being viewed, you're unable to really see me very well. I am moving around back here, and you can see my arms maybe a little bit, but because I have on a darker shirt and the back is blocked out, I'm unnoticed. So very important when you're deer hunting. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop the back windows. I'll probably only have to drop one of the windows. And you'll see the difference that makes when it casts a silhouette. They can notice me a lot easier, a lot better. I'll drop this one as well. So if the blind lets in the sunlight, it lights up anything on the inside. So it's very important to wear dark colors when you're inside the blind, and or maybe even face paint. Now I don't go that far. I pretty much just sit as far back in the blind as possible, and then I keep my silhouette protected by my background, and I wear the darker colors, long sleeves, gloves, depending upon the weather and how warm it is. But that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about when it comes to protecting your silhouette and what you should do and shouldn't do inside the blind. Now, I have a chair that I use inside the blind. I just sit here, and for the most part, I can sit back and have 2 to 3 of the walls, or probably a half of the windows open, and it's sitting in the back unsilhouetted, and I've had deer walk right up to the blind. So anyway, what's up, Turk? So another important thing would be is that whenever you're not in the blind and you leave it out, wherever you leave it out, make sure you close all the windows. Attach all the mesh and attach all the windows just to help protect the blind, and also it kind of allows the wildlife to get used to the blind being there. Like I said, these anchors have well secured this blind, and I'll be honest with you, I never have added additional camo to it. I've never really had the need to do that as far as putting up boughs of trees or limbs or anything like that, or cedar brush or anything up against it. I always had it set up against or near a cedar bush or in between 2 of them, and been undetected. Like I said, they've walked right up to the blind and looked at me and scuffed and snorted at me, and you just sit in there quiet and as quiet as you can be and not rustle around, and you'll be undetected. So now that you know a little bit about the ground blind, let me show you how easy it is to take this thing down. Very simple. You just go around and remove all the stakes, and then you just collapse it in on itself. Let me show you. Grab it on the corner, collapse the side. Collapse the opposing side. Hang it onto the corner, collapse this side, and then collapse this back side. Then you can collapse the top just by pushing it down. Now what I do, I want to let it fall down, fold it over, and then just match all the corners up. Just bring them up together. Grab a hold of the anchor ropes and just wrap it around. No need to secure them, just wrap them around. You just grab the bag, and just put it back in the opposite direction, or the top of it down. Wrap the edges around it like this. Slide it in there. Put your stakes in instruction booklet. Very important. Make sure you always keep your stakes inside the bag. That way you never lose them. And I usually wrap them around. There's a little tie on there. I kind of wrap it around one of the legs, but that's not required. And then just cinch it shut. And that's it. That's the Ameristep Enforcer ground blind. So thank you for watching this video. I very much appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Give this video a thumbs up and then leave some comments and questions below. Share it with your friends and get them to subscribe to my channel as well. I very much appreciate that support. As always, God bless you, stay safe, and have a wonderful day.